Howdy YouTube. Today we'll be opening something a little bit different. Don't worry, we're still going to be opening up Pokemon packets. But these are from 1990, I believe. Like these are like really old they are. And I thought it'd be fun to open them. And we have 7 packets here. So here we go. Let's find out what happens. So with these, you just go like this. Of course, go like that. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, hang on. I don't know what's happening here. Yeah. Okay, there we go. So that obviously
nice.
Leonardo versus the foot protecting Raphael. Pretty cool moment that one was. What's that one? That moment.
I think that's the one where April's climbing out of the sewer pipes.
Up and
meets
away.
turtles.
Yeah. So we have 77, number 48. We have.
That's when the shredder gets dumped into the garbage can, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, nice. Oh, they have backs as well.
Oh yeah. Shredder explodes, running straight at Splinter with his sharpened bow, but rather than drawing a pair of nunchucks tucked under his belt, or even tensing to fight, Splinter instead visibly relaxes, leaving himself wide open for the blow. Oh, and it says it continues on to the next card, so if you get all the cards, you can pretty much have the whole movie.
Pretty much, I'm guessing.
That's kind of cool.
Alrighty, there we go. That is a Michaelangelo. This is what I was after. Number 100. Oh yeah, and that was 116. That one was. And there we go.
Want me to read it out again?
Yeah.
Casey and April have stopped snapping at each other long enough to develop strong feelings for each other. As they relax on the farmhouse porch, they are startled by the sudden, silent appearance of their amphibian friend. It's time to go, Leonardo announces, and indeed it is. Continued on through the Donny card.
Nice. That's cool, that one. I like that. Alrighty. It's mind-blowing, dude. Where's Master Splinter? Nice.
Alright. Raphael rushes over to Splinter's empty chair where a trail of blood begins. He takes a moment to absorb this, and then his body literally begins to shake, building until he can no longer hold in a cry of sheer anguish. Their beloved master has been rat-napped.
Damn. These are really, really cool, honestly. Like, super nostalgia. Number 99. This one will go with 100.
Nice.
Ready for a rematch. Oops.
Right. After a major league workout, the turtles gather together, sweating and breathing heavily. They look at each other without saying a word and begin to nod in silent agreement.
Nice. Alrighty. 101. We got 101 as well to go with it. Nice. I love Michaelangelo. Michaelangelo is my favoriteest turtle. He is.
The turtles, April and Casey, return to New York and prepare to spend the night in the steel ramshackled sewer den. They find Danny Pennington, of all people, taking refuge in a cupboard. April grants grants him temporary refuge, but can Danny be trusted? My bad. Letters are a little small one there.
Nice, nice. Little bit of 69 going on. Raphael holds his own.
Nice.
Raphael versus the foot. Very, very nice.
Although taken by surprise, Raphael manages to clobber his attackers, at least for the moment. Seconds later, a whole new wave of foot assassins clamber onto the roof. It seems a ninja's turtle's work is never done.
Nice, nice.
April in a jam. April hurries down the subway stairs and gets to the platform just as the train pulls away. Frustrated, alone, out of breath, she turns, never having heard the silent approach of the foot. Finally, she catches wise, her eyes widen in terror.
Yeah, nice.
That's obviously when she gets jumped in the subway. And then there's just sticker card.
Raphael. Nice. Number 4. That one is. Out of 11. So I don't want to unstick that. So it's just going to stay like that one. But yeah. Alright. Alrighty. We're back. We're going to grab the furthest one. Yeah.
I'll get the sleeves ready.
It's that way.
April one.
We got number 6, April O'Neil. That's the same as the other one. That one is. Okay. I don't think we have this one. Alrighty.
With nowhere else to go, the turtles return to April's apartment for some moral support. Next morning, Charles, with Danny in tow, also pays a call. Our heroes immediately hide, but young Danny catches a glimpse of Michaelangelo in the bathtub mirror.
Nice. Alrighty. Ooh. Look at that one.
I hated that kid when I first watched that movie.
Yeah, me
Such
too.
a spoiled little brat. A good kid gone bad, at least temporarily. Danny's the troubled son of April's boss at Channel 3. He's fallen in with other misguided youngsters who make up an underground army of felons.
April's Guide Tour. Nice.
Alright. April leads her total friends downstairs to a place they haven't seen yet. It's not much really, she explains. I can only afford to have somebody run it part-time. I do it mostly for my dad. He loves junk. Because that junk store that her dad owned, the second-hand antique store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. Look at this. Pretty sure that's Casey.
Yep.
Look at that.
I thought it was weird how early they introduced him into the movies. Battling with Tatsu, the dazed Casey comes to rest on a pile of contraband, sports equipment, and he's lying right on top of a golf bag. Casey removes one of the drivers and swings it like a pro, hitting Tatsu right in the chin and actually lifting him into the air. Tatsu catches down on the floor, spreaded eagle, and very unconscious.
Nice. That one, that's cool. Almost all the turtles in shot.
Alrighty. In the sewer den, our turtle heroes watch the television broadcast. Its news conference with grouchy police chef Stone, and April O'Neil is his principal interrogator as usual. Also, as usual, the chief provided few answers.
Nice. Oh, this is a behind the scenes one.
Ooh.
So it's not a
I haven't
number.
seen one of them before. Oh, it does have a number, 127.
Oh, 127. But behind the scenes. That's cool.
Alrighty. Oh, that's cool. It's a Jim Henson card, dude. Creature creator extraordinaire Jim Henson poses with Leonardo in between takes. The turtle costumes, operated by computerized radio waves and servo monitors, can execute convincing backflips, shells, and all.
Nice.
That's cool. It's a Jim Henson card with Leonardo.
Nice, nice. Ooh.
Or a deluxe card.
Look at that one. That's cool. Checking out the tube.
After the interview, April returns to her apartment. There, Michaelangelo and Donatello lying on the floor are engrossed in a TV cartoon as they munch away on junk food snacks.
And this one. That is awesome. Look at that. Deluxe movie card. Come on. How cool is that?
First there was a comic book, then a popular cartoon series. Now everyone's favorite hard shell heroes have gone Hollywood with their first live action motion picture. Join Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, and Raphael as they battle the evil Shredder and save New York City from the clutches of crime. That's the number one card, bro. Because look, it says continued on number 2 Leonardo.
Oh, wow.
That's the number one.
Nice. That's cool, though. And then this one. Spotted by Casey.
On another rooftop, Casey Jones, son's hockey mask, looks out over his domain and spots something moving on a rooftop far in the distance. Something about the way this figure moves, leaping from rooftop to rooftop, attracts his attention.
Nice. Alright. Alrighty. There we go. Those ones are sleeved up. Now we are on to the next one. Alright, what sticker did we get? Did we get Michaelangelo? Is it Michaelangelo? No, it's another April. This
Number
time,
3 though.
number 3. Last one was
6.
6, yes. Alrighty.
Like, is the whole thing a sticker? Oh, it is. The whole thing is a sticker.
Yeah, I know.
I thought it was like the little circle bit.
We'll save those ones. Alrighty. Donatello. Looking like a beast. Alrighty.
When the steam clears, four green figures are standing amongst the vanquished horde of literally 24 foot. Their bodies slumped and dropped in every conceivable position around the room. Gosh, I did hope there was more of them. I do hope there's more of them, says Wrath. With that, second wave of foot enter the den. Ah, good, smiles Wrath.
Nice. Alrighty. I don't think we've gotten any doubles yet either, which is actually pretty cool. Now, we have number 8, crime fighter Casey Jones.
A self-appointed vigilante sworn to fight crime in New York City. Casey, in his mid-20s, with shining long black hair. He wields a variety of sports implements as weapons.
Nice. That's number 8. Oh,
Ooh.
we got another behind the scenes. Preparing for battle. Nice, nice.
That's 2 after the one you got before.
I think so.
The Turtles get ready for another energetic screen battle. 95% of the filming took place in North Carolina Film Studios, sound stages, and studios' 3-block-long backlots, where almost 2 weeks of night scenes were shot. A final week of shooting in New York wrapped the film in mid-September 98.
Nice. Nice, nice. Ooh. Nice. I remember this scene. The Shredder's Great Fall. What a great scene that was.
Alrighty. For a moment, the only sound is the Shredder's extortion as he struggles to hang on. Then Splinter speaks, "Death comes for us all. Rakasaki, but something much worse comes for you." The Shredder drops one hand from the bow and reaches another to the nape of his neck, removing a dagger.
Nice. Dying Without Honor is the next one. Alright. Here is the next one. Oh, damn it. They're a lot harder to pull off than the Pokemon cards are. Beautiful.
Alrighty. Inside a large, unobtrusive, silent warehouse at the edge of town, the evil ninja Tatsu and his warriors are preparing for a devastating attack on the New York City, training outcasts, vandals, and young runaways as soldiers.
Nice. Ooh. Number 12. This one is.
That's the fat cop from the movie.
Yep. Sergeant Porky.
He pretty much matches his name. A nonsense, rather well-fed man in his 50s with a crime-infested city to contend with. Stern dislikes the press in general and feisty April O'Neil in particular. "We have everything well in hand," seems to be his favorite expression.
Nice.
Man, you might not have enough sleeves for all these cards, dude.
That's alright. I'm ready. Look at that. The Masked Vigilante, which is Casey Jones.
Alrighty. In Central Park, Daredevil Casey Jones drops down on a couple of hoodlums from an overhanging tree branch. He wears a hockey mask and carries a golf bag on his back, filled with clubs, bats, and sticks, makeshift weapons in a war against crime.
Nice. Oh, the Frozen Pizza Party. Nice. I like that one.
April's laughter becomes relaxed and sincere. Now, surrounded by mostly eaten pizza remains, she and the other turtles are enjoying Michelangelo's floor show. At the moment, it's Stallion as Rocky, complete with curl lips.
Nice. And our final one is Tatsu. Is that his name?
Yeah, I think it's Tatsu.
I'm sorry if I said that
Oh, it
wrong.
was Stallone as Rocky, not Stallion as Rocky. My bad. Alrighty. The Shredder's right hand thug wearing a harshly cut back doggy with a small dragon emblem. Tatsi's plays Fang as to a small army of runaway kids, training them as thieves and future ninja warriors. He's a sly, ruthless, and unforgiving master.
This one is in bad condition. This
Yeah.
is.
I thought that was just a card, but no.
Nah. It's in bad condition. But the front of it looks nice.
Oh, you can tell by that little oil spot there.
Yeah.
You can even see it on a camera.
But yeah, no, that's alright.
They are old cards though, so you gotta forgive them.
Really old cards. Alright. Alrighty. We managed to put those ones away. Now. The next one. Hopefully these ones are alright. But, as you did say, they are 20 years old. Hell, I actually think they're older than that.
Yeah, 1990, so that'll make him 33 years old this year. So nearly as old as my dad.
Wow. Alrighty. What movie card did we get? Are we going to get
I'm
Michaelangelo?
gonna say Shredder. Another April. Our first double.
That's our double. Our very first double we have just pulled. Alrighty. Here is one back from Oblivion.
Donatello is a gog. It's the news lady. She jumped in the subway. I had to bring her here, explains Raph. Michelangelo looks at Splinter. Can we keep her? The ninja master gives his young wards instructions, and they all tend to April's needs.
Nice. I like this one. Donatello. Number 4. My boy.
Masked in purple and armed with a bow, Donatello is the intellectual of the group and has a knack for fixing things. He's often soft-spoken with a distinctively high but throaty voice. He views the world as with a childlike sense of wonder. My bad.
Nice. What's this one?
Man, they really struggle getting here sometimes. Courage of April. April learns about the notorious Foot Clan from Japan during her last assignment. By confronting Chief Stern with this information in public, she exposed herself to great danger. Now she must summon all her courage as the foot warriors gather about her, cutting off any means of escape.
Nice, nice. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All 4 turtles in one picture.
Nice.
Very, very nice. I love it.
Will the turtles return? You bet. At the moment, Shredder and his evil minions have been thwarted. But life is dangerous in New York City. Soon another exotic foe will rear his ugly head, and those hard-shelled heroes will once again swing into action.
Nice. And we got number 2, Leonardo.
DiCaprio.
I was actually thinking that too.
Hold on. Oh, my bad. He wears a blue mask and wields katanas. Leonardo is the unofficial leader of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He is disciplined, calculating, and cool under fire.
Nice. Alright. Leonardo again. Man. They're paying the boys all the respect.
There's no stopping the Turtles now. Donatello and Michaelangelo are actually having a ball. At one point, they team up in a flying leap to sandwich on unfortunate enemies between their shells. A shell of a good hit, Mike comments. Oh, that's like their shell shock team move in all the games.
That's cool. I like that. Nice. Raph to the rescue.
Once again, our explosive hero, still wearing his Humphrey Bogart undercover disguise, leaps into the fray of battle. Meanwhile, a train horn can be heard in the distance, and April, a kind of weather-beaten Sleeping Beauty, is still on the subway tracks.
Nice, nice. That looks cool. I like that one. Someone running down the subway, pursued by the enemy.
A single-foot warrior appears from behind a column. He jumps off the platform and follows Raphael into the tunnels. The turtles stop the moment and look back as if he heard a strange noise, but nothing is there. He continues on to the boarded up door of the sewer den.
Oh, nice. Casey, Mr. Fix-It. Men at work.
In an old garage near the farm, Casey tinkers under the hood of a dilapidated truck up on blocks, whilst a sleeping Donatello sits behind the wheel. Okay, let's give it a try and see if this transplant worked.
Nice. Alrighty. We have 3 more packets to go. That one ripped. If it rips, I won't be able to open it and get them out. Not my luck. Please don't be a double sticker. Come on, Michaelangelo. Who would you like to see as a sticker? Shredder. Yeah, that'd also be cool, that would. Oh, we've got Donatello. Let's go. I'll take it. I'm going to take it 100%. Thank you. Alrighty. Now this one we have, remember, no anchovies. We don't like anchovies on our turtle pizza here.
Right. Michelangelo phones for a pizza. You got the address? Alright, good. Yeah, okay. I want a large, thick crust with double cheese, ham, pepperoni, mushrooms, onion, sausage, green pepper, and no anchovies. You put anchovies on this thing and you're a dead man, okay?
I love Michaelangelo, I swear. Dude's got his priorities right.
Man, if somebody put anchovies on my pizza, I'd have a spit too.
Look at that.
I want a hairy fish.
We got Raphael, one dangerous dude.
The Sai is an oriental dagger, and Raph is the master of these weapons. He spins them threateningly and his foes back away. This is no ordinary adversary they face.
We have Donatello and Leonardo versing the foot. Let's split it.
Alright, yet another wave of foot reinforcements pour into the apartment building. It's too much, even with Casey's help, and Leonardo knows it. We gotta get out of here, he yells to April, who has a plan to escape through a secret door in the junk shop.
Nice. Whoopsie. That one's cool. I like that.
Alrighty. Donatello turns the key and the pickup truck stutters to life. Unfortunately, it stutters to life in gear, and before Casey can celebrate, he has to throw his body out of the way of the lunging vehicle.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Come on, if you were driving past and you saw that standing at a pole, you're pulling up. He's showing all the leg there.
Might ask to go to Salisbury train station.
May have to.
Pure of heart, sound of body, and armed with the funniest put-downs in the history of heroism, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles have become an American phenomenon. Their new motion picture, produced by Golden Harvest and distributed by New Line, should add to the success story.
Nice.
He loves being a turtle. I love being
April's pad. Nice.
Leonardo and Raphael joins their brothers on the street, and they all head for April's apartment. So, she asks, making conversation, what do you guys like on your pizza? Michaelangelo shrugged, just the regular stuff, flies, stink bugs. April stops in horror, and Mikey admits he was only joking.
You have to love Mikey. Alrighty. Here we go. Back from Oblivion. This is a double. This one. We've already read the doubles, that's right.
We've read that one.
This is another double, but a Donatello one. So that is cool. That one.
And that's also another double.
The Courage of April. Is it?
Yeah, that's the one where she got held up in the train station.
Oh, yeah. She's got like a baton kind of thing. That's alright. Okay, it's sad, but we only have 2 packets left. These are really, really fun, they are. Oh, Trying to see what is remaining in these packs. Yeah, hard to open some of them. Alrighty, who are we gonna get here? Nice! Splinter number 1.
Nice.
That is awesome. Oh, so we get Splinter, and the very first card we pull a Shredder.
Tonight he dines on turtle soup. The Shredder twirls his 6-foot pencil-sharpened bow and sets himself. Raphael leaps at him with both sides, but to his surprise, finds himself flat on his shell after being hit by the bow. Leo also attacks, but the result is the same. Who goes next? Michaelangelo turns to Donnie. Flip you for it?
Only Mikey. Unusual house guest. Donnie, I believe.
April
Escape.
escorts the turtles into her modest apartment, and the adolescent amphibians are fascinated by everything they see. Their hostess can't quite believe this is happening, but considering the events of the past 24 hours, she figures anything is possible.
Nice. Uh-huh! We did it! We did it! We did it! We got the card I wanted! This is the card I wanted! Thank you! I pulled my chase for it. Beautiful. Beautiful.
With orange mask and nunchuck weapons, Michelangelo is the happy-go-lucky, rock-and-rollin', wisecracking surf turtle of the team. He's slightly chubbier than the others, lives for pizza and partying.
Nice. Furry friend or foe? That's cool.
April begins to come around. Her eyelids lift just a crack, then fly wide open. The furry form of Splinter looms over her, looking like every exterminator's worst nightmare.
And then we got another behind the scenes card with Splinter. Shooting Splinter. Hopefully they're not really going to shoot him. Hopefully they're just going to record him.
Oh, lots of words. Master Splinter is prepared for an important close-up. To make the sewer den more authentic looking, production designer Roy Forge Smith imagined it would have been flooded many times, so he gave it a high water mark, and knowing such a room would acquire layers of soot, condensation, rust, and algae, he had his crew create a distressed surface using bricks, plaster, and stucco paint. Stucco paint, whatever that is.
Nice. And we got a Raphael.
In April's apartment,
Michael.
Michelangelo is captivated by an aquarium filled with goldfish. He seems to sense a curious kinship with these little swimmers and gently taps on the glass.
I really thought that was Raphael. Looks red to me. Come on.
Oh no, you can tell in. I'll show you. You can tell in the reflection there. It's an orange mask.
Oh, yeah, I see the reflection now.
Yeah.
Easy, easy. Alrighty. Powwow in the sewer. Nice.
Alrighty. Poor April is frantic. I must be dreaming, she tells herself as the turtles look on. It's really quite simple, Miss O'Neill, begins Splinter. For 15 years we have lived here. Before that time, I was a pet of my master Roshi. Mimicking his movement from his cage and learning the secret art of ninja.
Nice.
I love the way Splinter talked in the old movies, man. He was
Yes.
so slow and wise for a rat.
Alrighty. In tune with whatever that word is.
Infinite.
Infinite. Okay. I don't get that one. Whoops.
Above in the tranquil woods, Leonardo begins to meditate. His body and features are completely still as he concentrates. Splinter, miles away and still in chains, slowly lifts his head. Leonardo's made contact.
Nice. And did we do this? Is this a double?
I don't think that's a double. No.
Okay. April O'Neil signing off.
April and Casey resume their carping, but in a good natured way. Shut up and kiss me, will you? I've got reporting to do. A smile spreads across Casey's face. I love it when you pushy. With that, he sweeps April into his arms for a big kiss.
Nice. Alrighty, here we go. Last packet. What can we get? I don't know what I need. It'd be nice to get that raft. Not sure if I have a raft. One right near the beginning. Or the shredder. Like a full shredder one. Alright. Raphael. Nice. Can't complain with that. Alrighty. Special delivery. Nice. 74.
With the tremendous crash, Raphael's body comes flying through the apartment skylight, shell first, sliding to a rest near the middle of the floor. Leonardo, shocked, drops to one knee to check on his brother, who lies badly beaten and very still.
Nice. Subway assault.
I think we've read that one.
No, I don't think so. This is where the footmen are being attacked by April. Or the other way around. I forget. Oh, it's that way.
April swings her pocketbook with considerable force. What the hell? Momentarily repelling the Foot Clan, but these seasoned warriors are not so easily distracted. One grabs the pocketbook from her hand and extends his arm ninja style. I wonder
Nice.
how you extend your arm ninja style. Do you say hoya when you do it?
Maybe it's like using shadows or something. Because they become one with shadows.
Yeah.
The sewer den trashed. Oh yeah. I remember that one.
After the pizza party with April, our heroes return to their home and their mouths immediately drop open. The place has been smashed, wrecked, and there's signs of a struggle.
Where's Master Splinter? Or is the next card? Yes. Oh, nice. We got another card with all four of them on.
Oh, I think that's a double.
No.
You sure?
Underground Heroes. This one is.
Deep within the sewer, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles move in a line, splashing through shallow water. "We were awesome, bros, awesome!" exclaimed Leonardo. "Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Major League Butt Kicking is back in town."
Nice.
A lot of these photos do look like doubles of other cards, though.
Oh, have a look. We will. It'll never work. Nice.
Oh, while fixing the truck, Casey Jones and Donatello exchange put downs. Dome head, elf lips, gack face, and horse brain are amongst the more colorful.
Nice. I will listen, my son. Master Splinter.
Splinter continues his conversation with Danny. "Some say that the path of inner turmoil begins with a friendly ear," he tells the boy. "My ear is open if you care to use it." Danny understands the offer, but still isn't ready to unburden himself.
Alrighty. Getting down to the last few here. Crashing April's party.
The ruthless foot soldiers rain from the ceilings like a downpour of death. Our three turtle heroes immediately swing into battle, whilst their fallen brother Raphael lies unconscious on the floor.
Nice. The birth of Cowabunga. Nice.
The turtles try to sum up their experience with the perfect word, each putting forth their favorite candidate. Awesome, radical, hellacious. With no agreement, Splinter finally raises his finger. The debate stopped. "I have always liked Cowabunga."
Nice. April's boss in a snit.
Yep. In April's apartment, Charles Pennington, her boss from the TV station, warns April about antagonizing Chief Stone. Also in the room is Charles' 13-year-old son Danny, who reads a comic with a pair of stereo headphones over his ears.
Nice. Alrighty. To recap on what we got, these are the ones that we managed to pull. I think we pulled some real nice ones here. I personally don't know what is of value, if anything is, but I just thought this was so cool. I'm like, I want to open that. And we did, and it was worth it, I think. off. There we go. And this half. That's probably my favourite card. Michaelangelo number 3. And that shredder looks awesome. These ones right here. The birth of Cowabunga. That's a cool one. And we pulled the stickers. An April, a Raphael, Splinter, Donatello, another April, a double of that one. These ones behind the scenes, shooting Splinter, preparing for battle. And last but not least are these two. We got this one right here, and what I reckon is probably the best one. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit like, subscribe. We'd love to have you. We do Pokemon openings, but we're going to do other openings as well. Have a One Piece box coming, but I guess only the people that made it this far will know that that's coming about the 7th, I believe it's released. So yes, look forward to that, because they're going to be PSA'd, so I'll be pulling them and then sending them off. Thank you, and have a great day, and try not to let life